Blessed Rising Soul Family, welcome back to the channel. If you're new, welcome to Soul Family Oracle, where I deliver messages from the divine, the depths of our soul, our spirit guides, and our ancestors. And I'm so grateful to have you here. Thank you so much to all our new subscribers for joining the family, and thank you so much, my Soul Family members. If you're returning, I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for your support. This download, I feel like it's for somebody that has immense power but has no idea that they do. Because this is a message that had come to me before. And when it came through before, it sounded like it was self-explanatory. But at the same time, I felt like there was no body to the message. It's almost like it felt like a skeleton. The message felt like a skeleton, like there was no body to it, right? And today I had a download through the goddess Isis that I had been meditating on, and now I feel like the body of this message has finally been attached to it. And this is exactly what came through, as it's being about somebody that has immense power but has no idea the kind of power that you wield or the kind of power that you hold. And I feel like this not knowing the kind of power that you have, for whoever I'm speaking to, it's not coming from a place of conditioning, like you don't know the power that you have because, it's like you don't know who you are, or you don't understand who you are, or know that you're powerful. No, this is not it. What is coming through is like the reason why you don't know this is just out of I don't know, it's almost like just like you're humble. You're humble. Even in the knowing of yourself and in the expression of your power, you are humble. In the sense that you know that you are powerful, but to what extent you don't look at it to that's further, because it's almost a sense like, oh, I mean, yes, I'm powerful, but I don't want to act as if. And again, you can see that it's coming from a space of like being insecure, or like not being knowing who you are, but that's not it. This is really, again, coming from just a sense of like being humble, because it's like whoever you are, you also have like a very strong spirit where you can switch up in the energy of like somebody trying to make you feel small, or if somebody was trying to act condescending with you, you would literally like switch up in like a second and exert that self or express that part of you. So again, that's what I mean by it's not from a space of like insecurity or like not knowing yourself. It's just from like this energy of like just being humble, even in the knowing of how much power you have. And what was coming through was like, you have the keys, or you have been giving the keys to the afterlife, basically. So I don't know, I think the message, I don't know if this message went in, but yeah, I'll just continue. It's like you have the keys to the afterlife, basically. And this, you have the keys to the afterlife, it's saying like this is from like the 3D. In the 3D, you have the ability to bring things back to life. And this is literally because you have the keys to the afterlife, right? So it's saying like you have the ability to bring things back to life. And this is because you hold the keys to the afterlife. So in a sense, it's saying like, it's like you are somebody that has this energy of like being able to revive things in this 3D energy, or in the 3D, like you are able to revive things, like you are able to bring things back to life. Like you can get into a company that's dying or dead and you bring it back to life, or you can revive it. You can come into a situation where everything seems lost and then you bring light back to it. You can take a project that's feels hopeless or looks hopeless and like bring it back to life. you know how to make things flourish. Like you can meet people that feel like lost at life, or like feel at lost at life, and like bring back that fire into them, like that passion for life. You are able to bring people like back to that energy of like fullness, like back to life, basically. And this is coming from a deeper place. This is not just because you are full of life, or because you're vibrant, or you're energetic, or your aura is so vibrant. No, this is because you literally hold the keys to the afterlife. And in the spirit realm, this translates as you being able to revive situations. Like you are somebody that is able to heal situations. You are able to heal things in the spirit. It's like what I'm getting is like you're able to go into the spirit and put your state into this energy of like spiritual renewal, into this energy of like spiritual renewal. And I'm getting is like, just like in the 3D, you might be somebody that is very like, I don't know why I'm getting organized, but also all over the place. So it's like, so it's basically saying like you might be somebody that you are somebody that could be like organized, but also all over the place, right? And this is coming from like, where is this coming from? Okay, this is because you are able to bring order to the chaos. You operate from a space of like chaos, not like chaos like you are chaotic, but you bring order to chaos. It's like when you go into a space and you don't, or it's like you would usually find yourself in spaces where there's some chaos. You would usually find yourself in spaces where there's some turmoil or there's something going on. It's like, this is because like this energy, this ability to bring things back to life happens from, yeah. So I don't know if that was still on or if that just cut. I had a call come through, so the recording went off. So I think I was saying, yeah, you operate from this space of like bringing order to chaos, right? And this chaos I'm getting in the spiritual realm is like something like death, ending, and tower moment, right? In the spiritual realm, this reflects, or this is expressed as like death or tower moment, right? Or upheavals, right? So in some sense, it's like in a space where you could be called a catalyst, right? But this is so you bring order to the situation. So again, like how in the 3D, whoever I'm speaking to, you might, you are able to like go into a situation and be like, this and this and this is what I see is the issue, right? But in order to do that, you would uproot certain things. You would disorganize certain things in order to be able to like reorganize and put everything back into order. And this is where that understanding of like holding the keys to the afterlife really comes in. Because I feel like, again, that energy of like being somebody that is like you're able to bring things back to life is like, it holds a deeper meaning in the sense that having the keys to the afterlife is being able to bring order or bring any situation back to life, which means that you are able to go into that state of the afterlife. And in this state of the afterlife, I'm getting is like, take this how it resonates. But to me, it's like it's coming through as this state of the afterlife from the spirit, from the 5D, or from the 6D. Anyway, coming from a spiritual space, when you bring this into the 3D realm or like physical reality, this space of the afterlife could be like, again, an upheaval or a state of like things crumbling or things needing to be reorganized. So this could be a state of like the aftermath of like things going down, the aftermath of the tower moment, right? So in that aftermath of the tower moment is where you do the work. And the reflection of that is life coming back from a space of death, or life coming back from something that is dead. 919 on the timer as I said that, and the time is like 910, 910. 9% battery. So 999 is very significant in this. And whoa, that is so aligned with this message. 999. I remember in a post, like I made a post last week or 2 weeks ago about 999, and whenever you add 9 to 9 times any other figure of 9 comes back to 9 in numerology. And I was explaining that in the sense that even though 9 is seen as the end of the numbers and supposed to be like the final number, it comes to 10, and 10 is rather considered as finalizations. However, it leads back to 1, which is 1 plus 0 going to 1, which is new beginning, starting afresh, leadership in numerology. So this 999 makes a whole lot of sense. Wow, yeah. My spirit guides communicate with me through spirit a lot. So in this energy of like being able to bring things back to life, it's like this energy was coming through as, again, like if you know the story, the story of like Horus and how Horus was conceived, it was from literally the goddess Isis bringing the god Osiris back from the afterlife, basically going into the afterlife to perform rites to bring him into the physical realm for the period that she could bring him back for, in order to conceive by him, right? And I feel like this energy, again, with the afterlife, it's going across, like it's not just about being able to bring businesses and projects to life or being able to revive things that are dead, but literally bringing souls back to life, right? I'm speaking to somebody with the ability to bring souls back to life, and I feel like this is why this message has such a deep meaning. You're able to revive people's spirit and like bring souls back to life, in the sense that like there are people that have gone too long in the energy of not being connected to their soul's purpose, in the energy of not living from their soul's identity, and from that space of being so lost to yourself for so long. It's like almost like I'm hearing like an identity crisis, where it's like the soul is not very familiar with the energy of who this person is in their 3D. So it's almost like the soul could be like, would look, or if this person stood in the mirror to do something like mirror work, it probably wouldn't work, because the soul does not recognize this person as they are in this 3D. And this is saying like you are somebody that is able to help people reconnect to that their soul in this like sense, which I feel is like very profound. It's like you're able to help them tap into a part of themselves that is like, it's almost like I'm hearing like a shock, I'm seeing like a shock, and like a beep 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 beep. You see, like I'm seeing this like emergency ward, and it's like, you know, when that thing the doctors put on, I don't know what's it called, I can't remember the name. The doctors put on the heart to like apply shock to the person's body, and then they give it in like different amount, and yeah, you guys will know what I'm talking about. And it's like that is what you do. It's like this is what you do. It's like you apply some kind of shock to the person's spiritual system that rewires their soul back to self. Whew. Wow. It's like this thing that you do, let me take that again. It's like you apply some kind of shock to the person's spiritual body that rewires their whole system, rewires their soul back into alignment with or rewires them back into alignment with, no, rewires their soul to to be able to identify you, to come back into connection with you. It's like I said what I said, and it's like now I'll have to go back to listen again to remember exactly what I said. So I feel like whoever I'm speaking to, the reason why it's like you don't know just like how powerful or to what extent this power you have goes, is because again you've been looking at it like, oh yeah, I'm able to bring things back to life, like I'm able to see the loopholes in things and provide solutions to, you know, seal these things up in order to operate smoothly. And you know, it's like you might be somebody that even works in like HR. I don't know why I'm getting that. And I'm hearing also PR and HR, you know, But it's like what you don't actually know is that in the spiritual, I have the ability to bring even souls that are lost to themselves back to life. And in this energy of like the goddess Isis, it's like whoever I'm speaking to, you have affiliations to the goddess Isis, and she might actually be a patron goddess to you. That is coming through very heavily of the goddess Isis, maybe or most probably being a patron goddess to you. But also for somebody that might be a divine masculine, like if you're male that this message pertains to, I'm getting this sense of like you being, or you having this ability to tap into this higher sense or this energy because you have been affiliated with the energy of the goddess Isis from past lives, right? So I don't know, take it how it resonates, but you may have had a past life as a high priestess or a sorceress of a high order, or a sorceress of the temple of the goddess Isis, and so you have this innate knowledge within your spirit or your soul of these things, or this ability or this power, right? Okay. And for some also, it might be because you are an initiate of the goddess Isis from many lifetimes before, and this knowledge has always been with you, and this is just being reactivated or confirmed for you again in this lifetime. So it is not going to be new for everybody in this lifetime. It is not going to be something that is new for everybody in this lifetime. So again, take it how it resonates. But in this 3D, you have the ability to bring things back to life, same way you have the ability to bring things back to life in the spiritual realm, in the 5D and higher realms. For some reason also I keep getting 6D. It's like this is speaking of higher realms, like 6 and higher realms. Somehow it's like the 5D, it's beginning to, so whoever I'm speaking to, your 5D states might feel very close to you. Like it might feel like your 5D is very like, it's like you've drawn down the 5D. I'm seeing like a curtain is being drawn down, and like the curtain is like the 5D. So it's like you're standing right next, to it. And it's like now you're really, or you're just trying to reach to higher dimensions, or you're being channeled into higher dimensions. Yeah, you're being channeled into higher dimensions because this, like, because you've drawn down the 5D basically. Yeah. All right, guys. So I feel like there's something about guidance that we need to receive concerning this. For a split second, I thought maybe I should take the tarot cards, but no, I feel like this is coming through all on its own. There's something about revival. There's something about revival. There's somebody, you are needing to write a revival prayer, or a revival prayer, or this is something that you may have used in the past in your work. So something about a revival prayer. So what I'm getting is for you to write a prayer of revival, a prayer that is meant or intended to revive things or bring things back to life. And you are going to bless this prayer somehow. I feel like you're going to know how to bless this prayer if you meditate on it. So you're going to write this prayer in a state of meditation. Yes. And pray over it to activate it as a revival prayer. And what I'm getting is you're going to be able to use this revival prayer to do a lot of different things. Maybe even to revive people. I'm not saying from like, physically from the dead back to life. Like you would say this prayer on somebody that's dead and they would come back to life. But what I'm getting heavily is like just like applying, like that shock or like trying to save somebody in the emergency where they apply that shock. This could be in the sense like you can pray this over people to revive their spirit or revive their soul. So this might be a prayer that you end up using on people, like you would pray on people whose spirits seem dead or like lost in spirit to revive them, right? This is going to be a way in which you're going to be able to use this. But for somebody also, there's something about your heka. So I don't know. It's like there's a group of people this message pertains to, like you are specifically very highly in tuned. You are doing a lot of work. I'm not just healing work, a lot of divination work. You're delving very deep into like the esoteric and doing a lot of practices. You may have been, I'm getting scrying. You may have been scrying a lot, or may have even been learning how to scry. Or maybe you're needing to scry because of this higher knowledge you have. You'll be able to scry easily, but you're going to receive some messages through this. So you are needing to scry. Or for somebody that is very highly attuned, like you are on a much, your spiritual knowledge is much higher than most that are listening to, or most that are this message pertains to. Yeah, there's something about scrying, or there's something about you like your Heka being empowered, like empowering your Heka, and you being able to like do this directly by saying it's from your Heka. And another thing I'm getting is like when your Heka is activated, it's going to have a power of its own. It's like when your Heka is activated, it's not going to be like operating from the intention of your mind. Really, it's going to be like, it's going to be on its own. It's going to find its own words. It's going to find its own meanings of words to use, its own applications. So yeah, be mindful of that. When you feel like you're feeling the need to say something or certain specific things, you don't know what you want to say, but there are words wanting to come out, just open your mouth and allow it to come out. That is your Heka empowering itself. That is your Heka being activated or being elevated, being heightened, the power of your Heka being heightened. All right, and I feel like this is where I'm going to leave this message. 2112 on the timer. As always, I hope you listen with discernment and only take what resonates and leave what doesn't. And if this message resonates with you, please like, share, subscribe to help us reach even more of our soul tribe. Have a blessed day, guys.